All right, so saw this post on Learn CS:GO. Someone thinks that they've got all these reasons why they feel like they're not doing well. They have a high time to damage. It feels like everyone I peek has a trigger bot. They do a lot of warm up. They do deathmatch. But it doesn't seem to translate to their game. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this demo. Watching for crit's sake here. Pistol round.
These fellas are gonna regret waking up this morning.
I really want to make sure you're buying armor pistol round. It's one of the most important rounds now that we're max round 12 here. I know this is a pretty low level game, but this is stacking A is not so it should be a rarity. So hopefully you're not doing that. Okay, so like here, like if we look at the map, you can see they've already taken long. Let's roll this back. We start rotating here. So you can see, I know the map is in spectator mode, but you should be seeing red dots on your map here. If your map isn't big like this, highly recommend make those changes to your settings. It's in game, radar, and you just want to make sure your zoom, HUD size, all this stuff is set out. All right, and then I have it set to center on me and not rotating. You can change that so it doesn't center, or sorry, it doesn't center on the player and it doesn't rotate. Okay, so that just has that map in your corner and you're good to go. All right, there's other ways you can set it up. This is just a basic setup right here. All right, but that'll give you this map. You can see the whole map. You can see everyone on it. You should be seeing red markers on your B bomb site when your teammate's fighting them. So when you're rotating, you know, and you don't have to worry about anyone in middle because your teammates already have it. You can look at your map. There's no one in front of you. There's no one going to shoot you in the side. All right. This is the time you find a second to look at your map and figure out where they are. You might see this guy dies, and where are they going to go after they kill a guy? They're going to rush through here. All right. So we come through here, and then you're not aware that the common angles are going to be up here, right? So your crosshair is down the floor. You need to have it up. If we watch this in slow motion, your reaction time is actually not that bad. You were started turning here, and that looked like a reasonable reaction time to me. Turning right, turning back, but like when you get to this spot right here, you shouldn't just be plus W running like this. Like when you come out here, spawn, you clear this angle, make sure they're not here already, run up to this box. When you get to this box, you strafe out and swing, clearing that. And if they're not there, then you can swing here, and then you decide you want to go up short or clear long, and you come up here and clear long, all right? This is not like a reaction time this issue. This is like your awareness was not there that there were going to be people in front of you when you ran around this corner. All right. Okay. All right. We'll watch this. Would not recommend buying this in second round, but we'll see how it goes.
Throwing fire. Flashbang.
Counter-terrorists win.
What is the clear
You
line?
should be looking to pick up a better gun. You ran over an AK there.
This isn't the house anymore. This is real life. Grenade out. Yes.
Okay. You appear to not have a plan for how you're playing on CT side. If you're going to buy Nova, it's not a super popular weapon, but if you're going to do that, you want to be in situations where you're fighting up close. Okay? There's spots like this where when they come around, I mean, it's not an easy shot to hit, but that's your best chance there. Behind box, you can strafe here and back and here and back and try and get them after they cross out. But you see this angle right here, you're out in the open and your gun does not kill. And like, if you hit 3 perfect shots, maybe you kill with a Nova from here.
Yeah. Flashbang. I'm throwing the flashbang.
I guess they don't have any armor.
Counter-terrorists win. You're champion.
I mean, I don't really see any issue with your aim for like a silver level here. Aim and reaction time seem fine to me. But now you have 10k. What are the big advantages of gambling and using a Nova in second and third round like this is that you have built up 10k. Now's when you want to be using a better weapon that gives you more options. So the M4 is typical.
Laying down smoke.
Alright, so again, we're playing 2 on A. That's just not
Throwing flashbang.
not normal. It might, you know, it might work out okay when they're going A, but like again, you want to be taking close range angles with this weapon, not like peeking out from the back of donut to middle is only gonna be a disadvantaged fight against an AK.
Throwing smoke.
There's some slow rounds.
Smoke.
Okay, your teammate has middle. Not anymore. He was top middle watching it, so. Yeah. It seems generally like maybe you don't know this map. Or your radar situation is like not really set up for you to succeed here. But if we go back here, like as an alternative to what you're doing, like you look like, okay, you want to go to mid for some reason. I'm not sure what info you had on that, but like you can see your teammate is watching mid, and maybe you don't know this, but let's see. Let's look at number 1, what he can see from over here, right? Like he can see all of mid from up here, so like where you're at, you're playing kind of like someone can be there. Oh, maybe you recognize now that you can't be there. Okay, but teammate's not watching elbow, and you're running through. So that's I'm not sure if map awareness, but again, this is not. None of this is, you know, aim, reaction time, input lag. Dude is not trigger botting when he shoots you in the back and takes like 5 bullets.
Throwing fire. Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang. Throwing smoke. I'm throwing a flashbang. Grenade. Smoke. I'm throwing a grenade.
If you're gonna deagle, you want to be aiming a little bit higher than this.
Grenade. Throwing flashbang.
Okay, so
I'm planting the bomb.
just generally, jumping up here is a play that you want to do with utility usage, or when you know that most of their team is like on B already. You didn't have a lot of info on that, so jumping up kind of risky in the first place. Second thing is if you want to do that play, like throw your grenade and follow your grenade up, so they can't hear it. Like if you hit them with a grenade, like they're not going to be able to hear you jumping up. They might not be able to see you through the HE grenade. But instead, what you did was toss a grenade back off here, which is like a signal flare to this guy up here. Oh, there's somebody who's like right here in mid who just threw a grenade up here. Maybe you might push, so I'm just gonna kind of hold on there, right? Like if you don't throw that grenade, they don't know. Maybe your whole team is going this way. Maybe that dude doesn't know the map very well, just kind of like, oh, doesn't know that you could be rotating through here. You know, like if you're gonna use your util, use it to help you do what you want to do. The other comment I wanted to make was like, I'm not sure. The XM plus Deagle buy is like you're basically spending as much as it costs to buy an M4. You're $200 less than just buying an M4, which is basically better in every situation aside from being up close and just not aiming and spamming. So not sure if that's what you think you have to resort to in order to get kills because you feel like you're too slow or your aim's not good. But what I'm seeing is that's not the case. And what's really going on is you're kind of unfamiliar with the map. You don't know where to play. You don't know where to expect enemies. And you don't have good weapons, really.
Come on, jump, jump. Incendiary out. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing fire. Throwing a grenade. Molotov.
Okay, in this situation, I mean, you tried to fight him, you ran away. It's better to relocate. Like, it's okay to throw your grenade as you're backing up, but it seems like you like to throw your grenade here, come hide here, then try to jump back up. And that's just, like, if there's somebody up here, they have to expect that you're going to come this way. Even if it's not now, even if this guy, like, pushes in here and takes the site, he's still going to be expecting you to come back this way. Like, he's going to be expecting you to come through cave, right? Or if he didn't make any noise, like, maybe he doesn't think about you. But it's okay. If you throw your grenade, just, like, use the grenade to fall back and relocate.
Incendiary.
You see, you know, we're getting mollied off here because we showed here and they're just kind of expecting to be here.
Throwing smoke. Laying down smoke. Smoke. Activating the bomb.
Alright, so I'm not going to harp on this all game, but I actually want to go back here.
Terrorists win. You don't cry like that.
And say, like, okay, when you come out of this smoke, your crosshair should be where you're expecting people to be. Okay, when you're coming into Jaguar, that's what this is called because they're cheetah. You're expecting somebody to be in this corner or this corner. Those are the two places people commonly hide. Like, you know, sometimes they'll just sit here, right, and shoot you when you come in this way. But if they're not there, you need to check here and here. So, and you want to be ready to headshot them. So when you're aiming at the floor in the middle of nowhere while you're walking in here, you're not ready for either of those spots, and you're also not ready for someone to just kind of like walk out here. So you're not giving yourself much of a chance to make an easy shot. Okay? And then we're gonna watch this in slow-mo, and you tell me, like, you didn't clear anything, he wasn't there, maybe you had to read that he wasn't there, that's fine. Okay, but you're now swinging cave, walking with your crosshair down around knee height, in the middle of nowhere. And just for reference, like let's kind of watch this from his perspective. Here's
Throwing a grenade. Incendiary.
you can hear you jump up and you kill his teammate. He walks out and kills that guy, and then he's like, oh, this guy's coming behind me. Right? So like that is not a trigger bot. Like his crosshair placement isn't good, but what he does manage to do is track somebody walking sideways on his screen for about 2 steps and then crouching. So like if the alternative was you had your crosshair up and instead of walking, you strafed across and stopped and shot him, because his movement wasn't good either. He was plus Wing into you, but you just weren't ready for it. So if you had your crosshair up and you strafed across over to here and stopped, like instead, he's got to do like a hard track all the way across and shoot you basically while you're doing that. He wasn't that prepared for you, but you were not prepared for him. And so you kind of took a 50-50 duel there where, you know, he shot you a little bit faster than you shot him. But the alternative is that, like, I would never peek that angle like that and it wouldn't be a 50-50 against this guy. This guy, I'd have like an 80-20 chance to kill him because, like, I'm going to be moving high speed, peeking with my crosshair at head height, and he's just going to be walking straight into me and trying to react.
Throwing fire. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing a flashbang. Smoke. Grenade. Smoke.
I just want to say, like, it seems like your go-to is you think that you should throw a grenade in to damage the enemies and then attack. And the thing is that if you want to do that, it's better to do it with a flashbang. But it's also just not, it's not that great if your teammate's already fighting them. You just like wait. You know, like, if you look at it from their perspective, like, it's your teammates right here, right? Like, they're fighting, but you're standing back here throwing a grenade, and a grenade's not going to kill them in one hit unless you land it, like, right on their head, and this guy did all the work for you. So instead, what you can do is walk up to this corner with your XM, wait for this guy to sound like he stopped shooting, like either your teammate dies or he manages to get back around the corner, and then you give them the like running, jumping XM, right? They're going to be low on bullets, they're going to be tracking your teammate running behind the corner, and then you fly out from up close. Instead, what you get is this nade that does decent damage. I'll give it to you, but like you're not even able to clean up on it because you weren't, like, your teammate didn't kill enough of them for you to feel safe, and then you walk back out onto A and die. So like, sorry, let's watch this again. So again, like, this is not bad aim or reaction time. Like, we're watching that in quarter speed, and that was perfectly fine. I mean, we'll watch it again at fast speed so you can appreciate that you're not, like, you're not some slowpoke old man who has no shot of competing with these guys. Like, that looks like my reaction to something I'm not expecting. So, that's where we are.
We aren't going on a windy walk here. Deploying flashbang.
I really don't want to harp on it, but you need to focus on getting your crosshair up. Give yourself easy shots.
Counter-terrorists win. We're getting stuck right into them.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is intentional or you just like the SMGs and shotguns, or if you just feel like, well, I just get outshot all the time when they have AKs and M4s, so I don't want to have to fight them with AKs and M4s because if I have the same weapon, they're gonna outshoot me. But like, those are the weapons that are the standards for a reason. They're very strong. You work on your crosshair placement, your strafing, and they're very good far range, and they're pretty good close range. And so work on your gameplay and do it with good weapons, instead of kind of relying on your enemies to be unable to shoot you while you're running. So, again, I picked up the AK. Maybe you just don't like the AK, you haven't learned it, but
Smoke! Throwing fire.
this was expensive to buy an M4 instead of picking up the AK for free. Okay, again, crosshair up. If someone walks to this smoke, are they going to be where your crosshair is, or are they going to be up from there?
Throwing flashbang.
And I guess now your team has to be main control, but like, someone could have come shelf above these boxes and peeked you for a long time, and you would have had a really hard shot to make. So the angle that you're sitting in is one that exposes you to a lot and doesn't give you an easy shot on any of those. You want to be holding angles where you have an easy shot and there's only one place you really have to worry about them coming from.
Counter-terrorists win. Good stuff.
And ideally you have an easy shot.
Go, go, go. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Smoke! Grenade out.
Yeah. You seem to like walking out to here and like nading into elbow, and that's just not a. I can't say I've ever like walked out here and thrown a grenade when I didn't know where anyone was, and doing it from donut. But yeah, this it's tough because I can't really tell you exactly how to play it in silver lobbies. But like if I was playing in your lobbies, I would just go run down these stairs at the start of the round and use my util on elbow. There's plenty of guides on how to do that. But you seem to be kind of unaware of where the enemies are going to be coming from. So I'm not sure if that's just a map issue or you're not thinking about that while you're playing. This is what I'm saying. Your aim is not. I mean, it's probably about average for the level that you're dealing with. Like, you're not getting outshot in situations where you're prepared for them and they're prepared for you. Like, this is the 12th round, so you should be buying out. You should have armor, util, upgraded pistols, or a rifle. If you wanted to have FAMAS instead of this, but scout no armor saving 3k on last round is you're just trolling yourself. Yeah, so, I mean, this I can imagine you being frustrated by dying to this guy who just, he runs around the corner and you feel like, I should be able to hit him. But the problem here is that like your crosshair placement, like look how close you are holding right here. If this guy runs full speed, jumps out like he did, you have to do a really good job of tracking him all the way. And like, I'm playing like 23, 24k rating games, and I'm not always going to hit that shot. Okay? So, like, I'm not expecting you, when you're set up like this, I'm not expecting you to hit this shot, right? So, like, your reaction time isn't even slow, it's just your tracking's a little bit slow. And your crosshair placement is just, like, look where you're holding. You're holding for him to strafe out and stop and shoot you. You're aiming a little low because you want to be headshotting him with a scout, but regardless, like, you're expecting him to walk out a foot and peek you. But you've got a scout. He's got an SMG. So what's he really going to do? He's going to run as fast as he can and try and make you miss, right? So, like, you don't really want to be holding here. You want to be here, and if he walks out and stops, like, try to do the reaction shot back to him. But give yourself an easy shot on the hard shot and a little bit more difficult shot on the easy shot, which, like, if he just walks out and tries to shoot you with an SMG, like, that's the easier the shots to hit, right? So, like, put your crosshair out here where you expect him to be if he's going to give you a hard shot to hit. But, like, even, like, your aim is not bad. You're not slow. That's just a hard shot to hit. And I guess it's a little bit harder in CS2. I was watching something about how these shots are harder to hit in CS2 because of subtick being more accurate. All right, Let's get on the T side.
Let's give it to the boys. Let's go for it. Activating the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
Okay, this is not a fight that you want to be taking with the Tech 9. Like, I get that you want it this time, but like Tech 9 is really good when you're up close, running around, right? Like, it's not really a sniping weapon. If you had a choice between a Deagle and a Tech 9 long range, like I would take the Deagle 100% to win that fight. Especially if you run out and stop and tap your bullets, like that's even easier for the Deagle to hit. So like if you want to swing that, go out and back, right? Like don't just come out, tap. I understand it's easier for you to hit the shot, but it's also easier for them to hit the shot. So like the ideal world is you strafe out, tap, shoot, strafe, 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 and you're shooting while you're strafing back and forth and trying to time some of your shots to being when you're stopped. But either way, that's just like it seems like you're not super thinking about what are good fights for you and what are good places for you. This is an example. Yeah. Let's go. Alright, you guys one pistol round.
What on? Grenade out!
So I'm not gonna lie, P90's a really good weapon. But it's expensive, and they nerfed the
Bomb has been
it's not like that, I didn't react, that's fine. What happens, you start thinking, I'm not going to do something else, you stop looking at where you were looking before. But I believe they nerfed the amount of cash that you get when you get a frag with the P90. I think you get 600 if you get a Mac 10 kill, so definitely recommend like go Mac 10 when you're playing against an eco, like where the other team is saving and they don't have armor, and then focus on buying AK armor as many rounds as you can.
Throwing a grenade.
Again, similar to the Tech 9, like P90, not a sniping weapon. You don't want to be stopped using it. You don't want to be putting it. The power of this weapon is that it has 50 bullets, and it's kind of accurate while you run and spray. So like, play to the power of that weapon. Like that round, you played like you were using an AK. Like if you had an AK in your hands, I wouldn't have any complaints about how you played that round.
Counter-terrorists win. We took the piss out of them.
Really have no comment. Like I got the jump on you because you weren't ready for him. But again, you still reacted and got 3 shots. Like he would have been very mad if you had your crosshair like 2 pixels up and headshot. Like, yeah, again, just you're peeking, but you're not ready to be peeking it. Like, watch. Where's your crosshair here? Are you expecting a guy to be here? Because he's expecting you to be there. Go ahead and watch this thing just perspective.
Fog. Grenade.
Alright. So you should know someone's here.
Throwing fire.
I mean, he's ready for you. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you would have won that fight, but you weren't ready to take the fight either, so it's hard to guess. What would have happened if instead of running into the angle, you had, like, running, jumped around the corner? But he did kill a guy on your team right ahead of you, so you should be preparing yourself for someone to be there when that happens. I mean, you had no business doing that.
We will dance on your grave.
But, you did it.
Moving back. Fog. Flashbang. Grenade out. Throwing fire. Activating the bomb. Follow them. I'm throwing a grenade. Throwing fog. I'm throwing a flashbang. Terrorists win. Fear us.
So one thing to note about the SIG is that you're going to move slower with it than the AK. So if you're using it for some reason to use the scope, like, alright, I get it.
I'm waiting here.
But if you're mostly just running around using it like an AK, like the AK is better for that.
Let's have a
As it's cheaper, you move a little bit faster.
Smoke. Laying down smoke. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Smoke. Planted. Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you thought happened there. You heard him donut and then killed the guy behind you, and then maybe didn't trust that he heard him in donut or something?
There's no stopping us.
Let it in. Didn't really look like any trigger botting going on. gonna go
Terrorists win. We are the
fast forward
best.
through this. Okay, now we're I mean, this is, look, I know this is a Silver Valiant game, it's calm, maybe you're not playing super seriously, but, like, if you're posting on Learn CSGO, like, are you trying, if you're trying to get better, like, dumping a rifle and an armor to go down to $0 to buy an op with 3 rounds left in the half is a troll. Like, you guys already have an auto sniper and an op. And you're spending all of your remaining money. You're not going to be able to buy next round. And you're going to have a. Like, if you lose this round and lose your op, you're going to have 2 rounds left. One of them you're going to have come from 0 money, and you guys have been winning, right? So you have no loss bonus. You're going to have $1,400. The next round after that, you're going to get what, 1,900? Or sorry, is it 1,900 and then 2,400 on T side? So you're gonna be struggling to have armor AK 1 round left in the last round, and put your team in a great position to tie. Instead of having armor and a rifle for all 3 rounds, and potentially, like, if you don't, like, if you know, if you have a good round but you don't win it, like, potentially being able to drop a teammate. So this is like
Deploying flashbang.
buying an op here is but it looks like you guys are winning, so none of that matters.
Terrorists win. Oh, fear us.
So
What a win.
I don't know what to say. I can't tell if your post is serious or not, but like, your aim is not bad, your reaction time's not bad, your input or whatever, there's no input lag or whatever that's keeping you from performing. Like, you're doing just fine in your duels where it's even, okay, but you're just not taking very many duels where you have an advantage, where you know where they're coming from and they don't know where you're coming from, and where your crosshair is in a good place and their crosshair's in a bad place. Like, well, most of the duels, their crosshair's in a bad place, but your crosshair's also in a bad place. So, like, you're just taking a 50-50 coin flip at that point. Okay? But you shouldn't be doing that. You should be having your crosshair up a little bit more, being a little bit prepared for where people can be. If you do that, you'll be owning instead of complaining about people trigger botting because you're so slow. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Have a good one.